What's going on, guys? So, back with another deck profile. We have the man, the myth, the legend himself,
Oh my God, stop.
having his deck profile today. You want to tell us how you did?
I went 7-3 out of 10 rounds. I got 39th place, so top 64 for sure. So I still got my Nationals invite, which was really cool. I didn't expect to do that well. But at first, I honestly went on a giant win streak. I think I went most of my rounds in the beginning, like 2-0s. The main matches that I lost were one against a Sword Soul 10 youth player. I bricked really hard against him game 3. I drew all 3 gammas somehow in my hand, so that was unplayable. And then my second big loss was against David, our own David from SBYGO, and that one was kind of lame because either way we lose, because if I win, he loses, and if he wins, I lose. But in the end, game 3, he got it because I drew 5 hand traps and I couldn't play. Like, I went first that game also, and so I remember just going set 1 pass, and he looked at me, he was just like, no way. And I was like, yep, I can't play. Like, if I had 1 starter, because he told me he had no hand traps, if I just had 1 Cyberse card, I could have instantly scythe locked it and I would have been fine, because he had no way to out that.
Damn.
But yeah, pretty much the deck went well. 60 cards is the way to go, I think, in this format. Anything less than that isn't good. Unless you're playing Despia, I guess. But for the most part, I still think 60 cards is surprisingly really good for this version. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I guess we can get into the deck profile.
Alright, let's get into it.
Alright, so for the Cyberse package, I played 3 Gadget, 3 Firewall Guardians, and 3 Dotscapers. I think this is the right thing to do because Silent Mining is not that great of a card in this format, I think, because everyone's running Ash for the Despia players because of Brand Diffusion. So when you use, let's say you play less names and you decide to go Silent Mining, you neg 1 and they Ash you and you just pretty much get stopped right there.
It's kind of tough when that happens.
Yeah, so opening up at least one of these is always great. I think Dotscaper honestly is my favorite one. He's just cool because they banish him, he comes back. If he leaves field, comes back.
Yep.
So it's one of those cards that's good, especially if your opponent is playing Token Collector. He's the best one to get out of that. So yeah, that's it for the Cyberse engine. Next would be Eldlich. So I was playing Cyberse Eldlich. I played the 1 Golden Lord. Sometimes I want to play 2. I'm not gonna lie, because getting this banished sucks because then you're left with a bunch of bricks in your deck. But at the same time, I don't want to see him because there are a lot of times where I'll top deck and I'll see him and it just sucks because then I can't play if I don't have a spell or trap in hand. But yeah, so just one of him. I played 2 Eldland. I used to run 3. I recently, before the event, took out the 3rd one because there were a lot of games where I would just open up too many of these and it just didn't really do me anything. If you open up Magician Souls, having this is never a problem because that's just +2 plus this card's effect actually getting you something paying 800, and then when it leaves field, you're getting another one. So it's just a lot of advantage, but if you don't open up Souls and you have like a bunch of these, it doesn't really do anything.
Yeah.
I still run the 3 Sanguine, the most important one because it helps you get Golden Lord.
Yeah.
I played 2 Conch and 1 Hawk. I might change that. In one of the tourneys before the actual event that I played over the week, there was a game where I opened up way too many traps and it just wasn't helping me, so I decided to just cut down on them. I think I might have cut down a little too much though. I might just put another Hawk just because, or another Conch. It doesn't really matter. Hawk comes in handy every now and then, especially in the Despia lineup, because they use Branded in red, they target something, you just chain Hawk, and then just banish whatever they're targeting.
Yeah, it's still really good just to banish.
Yeah, so that's pretty much it for the Eldlich cards. Next engine is pretty much just the Brave. So nothing really different. 3 Temple, 1 Griffin, 3 Rights. This is where I changed up mine. I followed some other people's deck lists where I saw that they were running 2 Fateful. I like it at 2 because it's never that much of a brick. You open it up and you open up right. Either way, you still have one in deck. So if they do out this one somehow, you have another one still. Seeing it in hand, never a big deal because you just activate this first, then you activate right, so you get your search for the equip right off the token. That's pretty much it. I've been considering dropping it down to 1, but at the same time, it never really hurts the deck because it just becomes Eldlich fodder at that point, where if you have Eldlich Engrave and this still on board, you can just send it.
Just like add it back to your hand.
Yeah, so it's not that big of a deal. And then Jaco back. This card's busted. It's really good. As long as you have that equipped to a adventure token, you're usually winning games because you just keep bouncing everything your opponent has every turn. But yeah. Next, I ran the Magician Souls package. I ran 2 of these, and I ran 2 Chaos and then the 1 preparation. I only ran the 1 preparation because I couldn't find a 3rd Magician Souls. I'm not gonna lie. But at the same time, now that I've played it many times like this, I don't really think I missed the 3rd Magician Souls because I'm not seeing the prep as much as I would like to anyways. So it makes no difference. If I see prep, I just search Chaos, get Magician Souls either way. But yeah, there weren't a lot of games where I was like, oh man, I'm opening up like so many of these, or I'm opening up whatever. If I don't see prep, I don't see any of them at all anyways. So it's like, even if this was a 3rd Magician Souls, I'm not seeing it. So it didn't make that huge of a difference.
That's good. Have you considered like playing, was this package like really important in your combo, or?
It wasn't important, but it is the extender. It helps, it pretty much just helps fix hands, or if let's say you bait out a bunch of hand traps or negates on their board, you special summon him.
Yeah.
You special summon the souls, you drop 2, and then you draw 2, and sometimes at that point you'll get either your starter that you're missing, or you'll get a card that you actually need.
That's good.
So it helps out, and then he's usually I just use him at that point just to bring out Dark.
Yeah.
Just link 2 Dark, and then from there on just special summon and link Climb and Access Code.
Yeah, I get Selene special and back.
Exactly.
Pretty plus.
So yeah, random spell. I use Foolish Burial. I put it in the middle. I didn't really put it with anything because this can either be used as your 4th Temple, your Dotscaper, your Eldlich. It doesn't really matter. It just depends on what you have in your hand. Sometimes if I don't have access to Brave and I have this, send Temple, get all the Brave stuff. If you have all your Brave stuff and you want to OTK, send Eldlich, and you just go from there. Or sometimes if you haven't even resolved right, and you have like a bunch of starters or whatever, and you somehow can plus off of getting Gadget on board, so you special summon Dotscaper, just send Dotscaper and do that. I only did that once, and it helped me get game because I was able to link 2 from there and then just link Climb. TP package, can't really change anything on this. This package is broken.
Yeah.
It's really good. You either open this up or you don't. Either way, you're gonna Verte or you're gonna use this hard. You still win. Opening this pretty much just lets you just get DP without having to spend 2k life.
Yeah, skip a step.
Yeah.
Make it faster.
And then it also is nice because if people get all tripped out, especially if you open this up, right? You go into Verte. This is kind of like lame, but you use this, or you have this in hand, you go into Verte, they imperm your Verte. Just play Fusion Destiny after that.
Yeah, it's good bait.
It's good bait if you have the life points. If you're on game 3. If you're in game 3, don't recommend doing that because then you just waste the 2k life for nothing. But yeah, next, the MVPs of this deck. I just ran 1 Scythe, 1 Lancia. Oh my gosh, these things won me all of my game 1s. Like every single game 1 I played against someone, regardless if I won die roll or not, they won me my games. Match 2, or round 2, I went up against our very own Jacob from SBYGO. He was playing Dinos, and I didn't know what he was playing because he changes his deck a lot, and I didn't know. So I had Scythe in hand. So what I did was I went Dagged it, I searched the Lancia, and then I just set these both. Next turn I went Chainlink 1, DP, and then I think I did something else. And then he let them go through. I popped both of them. Special sum, chain blocked the Scythe with Lancia, and then pretty much just activated Scythe effect, and then went on Resolution, just tributed this off. He couldn't play.
Oh,
like it's bad. Like if you see both of these, you usually win. Like it's crazy. Or even if you don't even have access to Lancia yet, or you Scythed it, but you had a way to keep Dagda on board, you usually just go Chainlink 1 DP, Chainlink 2 Dagda. They let that resolve most of the time. You set your Lancia, you pop both of them, and just do the same thing where they get Scythed and they get Lancian. So it's just really good, and it just helps chain block so your effect resolves.
That's a cool combo.
Yeah. So for hand traps, I ran 20. I found that out just recently. I might change this because 20 is a lot.
20 in a 60 card.
Yeah.
Right?
So pretty much I ran 3 Nib. Good card. It helped me against my Sword Soul player in game 1 and game 2. Game 3, it didn't really matter because I drew too many hand traps, so it didn't really work out for me. But 3 Ash. It's funny, I read 3 of these, I didn't see a single one against any of my Despia players. Oh no, except for one. The last Despia player I played, he went turn 1, draw phase, branded opening, and I was like, Ash? and he just went set one pass.
Yeah.
I guess it stopped him that much. But for the most of the time, anytime I played them, I never saw Ash, and it was really annoying because they would just branded fusion and I couldn't stop it. Ghost Ogre, I played against a lot of Brave stuff, so this was really good. Just pop their Faithfuls, pop their whatever, you know, all the time. It helped me against my game against David because he's playing Brave Prinks, and this card just pretty much helped me stop his Brave engine, so all I had to worry about was just his Prinks. Ghost Spells, these are the ones that actually came in clutch a lot of the time today. I used them against DPE players, SBYGO players when they were trying to Mirror Jade or they were trying to branded in red. So it helped me just get over that stuff. I ran 2 Veilers. I was only running 1 for the past month. I decided for the event to put 2 in. I think I like having 2 in it because one, if I open one up, I use it, and I still have 1 in deck for crossout. So if they Veiler me through my combo, I can just cross out. Other than that, it's really just used for Celine, just to get it out through Hulk, Celine, bring this one out, or bring this one back, and then just go from there. 3 crossouts, MVP, another MVP of the deck. This card like helped me out so much. There was a game that I played and the guy tried ghost spelling me twice, and luckily I had 2 in hand. So the first turn I ghost spell, I negated his ghost spell. Second, I set it. Next turn, DP, I tried using DP effect to bring it back. He decides to ghost spell again, and I was like, cross out one more time. And at that point, he was just like, yeah, I can't do anything about it. Other than that, the last cards in the main deck I played were Imperm. I might drop this to 2. It didn't really come up as much as I'd like to see it. Most of the times that I wanted to negate something, they resolved in Brave. So it was kind of just a dead card. But other than that, the deck performed really well. It did way better than I thought. It's just the games that I did lose, it wasn't even the deck not performing well. It was really just the deck not giving me what I needed.
Too many hand traps.
Too many hand traps. That's why I might drop some, but yeah. I run a very standard Cyberse Eldlich extra deck. So I just run 1 Lingaribo, 1 Link Spider, and then I run the 1 Disciple, 2 Devotee. It's for the combo. Careful for token collector plays. Don't go into these if you know that your opponent has token collector in grade, because that happened to me.
You did that. That's me for sure.
I forget that these create tokens. Yeah, so don't lock yourself if you know that they have token collector. But anyways, for the most part, this combo is great. It's just 1 card combo. It just helps you get into the next cards, which is your Dagda, set up your Scythe, your Lancia, DPE, pretty much just 2 Verte. It actually came up in one of the games. Someone, I don't know why he did it. I went Predaplant, and then he just chained Imperm. I think he just got scared. I don't know why. I didn't even activate effect yet. So I special summoned Magician Souls, and then I just linked off again to another DP, and I just activated effect. And he was like, I wasn't expecting the second one, and I was like, well, I played 2, so that's what you get. For extenders, Hulk just helps you get Veiler usually on board, or just helps you climb into Link 3. Dark and Light, these 2 are just, these came up a lot. You use Light if you go against a lot of guys with playing Light decks. You just go into something, and then from there on, like I use this to steal a lot of Ghost Ogres when people tried Ghost Ogering me. So I'd steal the Ghost Ogre, and then I would use that to go into Hulk, and then Hulk bring out, and then Celine, and access code pretty much. So yeah, so Celine for Link 3. I barely went into Unicorn. I only did a couple times, and that was only because I usually never had a card to pitch for Unicorn. So that was the problem. But for the most part, when I did have something to pitch, like if you have Golden Lord, this card is busted. You just go Unicorn, pitch Golden Lord, you bounce the card back, you go into access code, and then you just Golden Lord and you go for game. But yeah, so my last Link 4 is just access code, OTKs, wins you games, you can't ever go wrong with that. And then DP, my favorite card of the deck.
Best card.
Best card. This card just helps you win. Worst comes to worst, if they stop you to your whole combo, you just DP, at least have that interruption on board, because a properly timed DP can just end their turn. So that was pretty much it for the extra deck. Side deck, I played 2 Droll. Definitely gonna change these because these did not do anything for me. I think I went up against 1 Flu Wanderer's deck, and my 1 Droll didn't even stop him from barrier saturating me, so it didn't do anything. Gamma, the 3 Gamma, 1 Driver. I have a really love-hate relationship with this card. Half the time this card cucks me, the other half of the time it does me wonders. It actually came in clutch in my 10th round because this guy had game on me, right? And I had Conquistador on board, and that was it. So I went Conk during battle phase, and because he already mirror jaded my token, so he decides to use my DP that he stole from me with Dark to pop the Conk.
Yeah.
But I had Gamma in hand, so I was like, Gamma resolves, I special that and the driver. And then now I had 3 bodies on board with my DP being destroyed, and then being able to resolve my own DP effect. That next turn I specialed it back, and then I went for game with Dark by taking his Mirror Jade. Oh no, I took his Perskinion, and then I used his own Perskinion to use its effect to steal his Mirror Jade.
Yeah.
And then I brought back Golden Lord, and then I attacked for game. So that was really good. Other than that, my favorite card of this whole side deck, 3 Raigekis. I got one of every rarity, gold, ultra, and secret. It's great. Or not even ultra, sorry, super.
Super,
yeah.
gold.
They're all from like 3 different people too.
Yeah.
One of them is mine, the other one's Elvis's, and the other one I'm borrowing from someone else. Oh, from Kuya Aiden.
Yeah.
Shout out to you and Elvis, guys. You guys are great. Thanks for supplying the cards. Again, shout out to Elvis for the Twin Twisters. I've always been a Cosmic Cyclone boy. I don't know why, but
it's good.
Yeah, but now after playing Twin Twister a lot more, I like this card a lot.
Yeah.
The way that Ryan's actually the one, shout out to you Ryan, that helped me agree to use this, because for our decks we're not afraid of Scythe, because we just cross out our own Scythe.
Yeah.
If worse comes to worse.
That's good.
Yeah, so we're like, yeah, that's true. And I'm also running like thousands of hand traps, 20 of them to be exact, to to stop the Scythe. So.
Alright.
But yeah, other than that, I played 3D barriers.
Ah.
I'm gonna cut these for sure. They didn't do crap.
Yeah.
They really didn't do anything for me. The one time I used them, I was playing against a Dragluvian OTK deck.
Yeah.
I used it after he Dark Rulered me, just so that I wouldn't have to worry about any other like ranked monsters he could go into. But either way, it didn't really do anything else. Like I didn't resolve this against many synchro decks. I never even went up against an Adventure Tenyu deck, so they didn't do anything to me.
Okay.
So yeah, that was pretty much it. I'm definitely gonna change these. I don't know what to yet, and the Drolls for sure, because those cards didn't really do anything. But yeah, that's pretty much the deck. Let's see. Shout out to the boys at SBYGO. Thank you guys for always supporting and helping me with the videos. Appreciate you guys. Thank you to David and the rest of the people over at Sandy Cedar Games. You guys are great. Thank you guys for the love and support that you guys were doing throughout the whole tournament. I got to talk to a lot of you, and it was really cool seeing you guys root for me, even though I failed that dream. But
no, you're good.
We all, at least a good chunk of us were able to top.
Yeah.
So that's all that mattered.
So got your invite, bro. That's all that matters.
Exactly. So I'll see you guys at Nationals. Shout out to who else? Shout out to Elvis and Aiden for letting me use their cards. You guys are the best. Shout out to Orlando, Fernando, Ramon, Walter, Felipe. Did I miss anybody from there? No, yeah. Pretty much. Ken. Shout out to all of you guys. Sorry, I know. I was like, there's a lot of you guys. So. Yeah. But shout out to you guys for helping out with helping me build this deck. Because if it wasn't for you guys looking for those cards for me, I wouldn't have been able to finish and play this deck.
Yeah.
So yeah, thanks to Darren for the best compliment I got throughout the whole event, which was this token. Everybody loved this token. Every compliment, every time I played, someone was always like, "Dude, I love your token." And I'm just like, "Yeah, I know." But yeah, so thank you guys for watching. It was a great event. I loved it. Went up against a lot of cool guys. Had a lot of fun. Surprisingly, wasn't as tiring as I thought it would be. But yeah, it's been a long time since I played a regionals, and so it was fun to actually play one in San Diego. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, and make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe.
Like, comment, subscribe.